Hello friends, Jupiter, also called Brahaspati or Guru, transits on 18th October from 12th house to the 1st house or Lagna Bhava of Cancer ascendants. Jupiter exalts when it enters the 1st house and remains exalted during its entire time in the 1st house from 18th October to 15th December. Exaltation means the planet attains its maximum power. It's highly beneficial for Cancer natives. First house or Lagna Bhava is the most important house in any horoscope because it resembles the most important matters of the life. So the first house or Lagna Bhava resembles personality, physical body, general appearance, attitude and behavior, then qualities, entire life as a whole, fortune or misfortune, also the head. So it's the main house. That's why the Lord of your ascendant or Lord of your Lagna is very important. It has to be placed in a good place in your birth chart. It's good to have good planets in the first house of your birth chart at the time of your birth, or else good aspects of good planets also important to have a good life or comfortable life. Now the Jupiter exalts in first house or Lagna Bhava of Cancer natives, bringing them more comfort and luck for their lives during its stay in the first house. So you do not tend to make harsh decisions during that time. You are trying to make wise and mature decisions during the time Jupiter exalts in your first house. Also the luck to carry on life with some financial stability and mental stability is there. Also the exalted Jupiter aspects 1st, 4th, 5th, 7th, 9th and 10th house. So it aspects many houses and exerts highly positive influences on them. So each of those houses resembles different aspects of life or different matters of life. So to have a good aspect or positive influences by exalted Jupiter on them is very important for those houses to give positive outputs, because when Jupiter exalts positive influences on them, the matters resembled by those houses influence or those are affected, they tend to give positive output. And if there are any planets which exerts negative influences while staying in those houses, then the positive influences of Jupiter might decrease the negative output. Jupiter is also the lord of your 9th house. 9th house resembles the luck, fortune, then the previous karma, especially the influences of previous karma, religious faith, spirituality. So the exalted Jupiter means more attention to execute your luck and your good karma, and you tend to be more religious or spiritual. during the exalted period of Jupiter in the first house. Remember one thing, Jupiter retrogrades during 11th November 2025 to the 11th March 2026, which might lead to delaying of some of those positive influences of Jupiter or disturbances for them to a certain extent. But don't worry, you still get many of the positive benefits of exalted Jupiter. It is important to find out the influence of the other planets, because Jupiter is not the only planet acting alone there. All the planets act as a web or network as well as individually. At this time, Venus is debilitated in the third house of Cancer natives up to 2nd November, and the Sun is debilitated in the 4th house up to 16th November. Third house resembles your courage, talent, activeness, dedication, and active approach towards achieving your goals. Then the proper functioning your internal organs of your body, your siblings, and the relatives of your father's side, neighbors, and then the shoulders and upper part of your body. Not the upper part of your body, shoulders and the upper part of your chest. So the debilitated Venus does not help many of those positively, or might influence many of them negatively. Fourth house resembles long-term fixed assets such as lands, buildings, houses, vehicles, etc. Mostly your properties. Also your home and or place of residence. Also your mother, and also your heartly emotions and heartly feelings. Debilitated Sun exerts malefic influences on them up to 2nd November. Not the 2nd November, up to 16th November. But as the exalted Jupiter aspects the 4th house, some of those negative influences would be diminished. Sun is the lord of your 2nd house, but Ketu is already there, acting negatively on your wealth and savings, then your married life, and also family life, and your speech. Because 2nd house resembles those matters, and the lord of the 2nd house is Sun, and it is debilitated now. So it affects negatively on those. But the aspect of exalted Jupiter might reduce some of the negative influences of debilitated Sun on the matters resembled by 2nd house. Meanwhile, the Saturn stays in your 9th house. Generally, the planets moving through the 9th house exerts positive influences. At least they do not exert negative influences. Even though they don't, sometimes they don't exert positive influences, but at least they don't exert negative influences. So that is a relief, because as you are aware, most of the times Saturn disturbs or delays many things. So at least if it does not exert negative influences for a certain time, because Saturn stays there 2.5 years up to the mid 2027, so that's a good news for you. But remember, Rahu is already there in your 8th house. 8th house worst Eighth house is the worst house in any birth chart, which resembles setbacks, downfall in life, and financial difficulties and losses, and sorrow, agony, and life-threatening situations, and death, destruction, and span of life, mostly negative things. So that is why it's called the worst place of any horoscope. So the Rahu is already there in the 8th house, showing some of the setbacks in your life, and uh, so you have to concern on that, because it continues to stay there in the long run. At the same time, Ketu stays there in your second house, disturbing the matters resembled by your second house. Rahu also disturbs your married life. Ketu also does the same during their stay in those correspondent places. So this is the common explanation on Jupiter transition on Cancer ascendant, but this might different. This might be different when it comes to your own personal birth chart reading based on your birth chart, because your birth chart resembles the exact positioning of the planets at the time of your birth. So to get more accurate and more personalized birth chart reading, you have to consult an experienced astrologer and get it done by giving him your birth chart. Remember, you can change your destiny with the guidance of astrology. That is one reason for the existence of astrology. It is the light to show you the path towards your present and future in the darkness. With the guidance of astrology, you can plan well and act wisely to change the destiny in your favor.